Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Sammy Miller. Newly ranked Sun Devil baseball won an improbable midweek affair against crosstown rival Grand Canyon last night, 13-10. Matt Venezia was at the campus of GCU and tells us how the Sun Devils were able to do it.
Arizona State baseball tied its largest come-from-behind victory in the Willie Bloomquist era, erasing a 9-2 deficit in the top of the 8th inning on the road at Grand Canyon last night. 10 of the runs ASU scored came from the bats of freshman hitters, including 5 from true freshman shortstop Luke Hill.
I think it shows I'm ready to go. I've always believed that. All my teammates believe it. It's kind of starting to show out a little bit, having those moments, and I'm not the only one new. New's been a huge part, same thing. So it kind of gets us going that these freshmen are coming up ready to play in those big moments too. So.
Only 2 days removed from the program receiving its first national ranking under Bloomquist, and the first since 2020, the Sun Devils looked out of it through the game's first 6 innings. The combination of GCU plating 7 lopes in the first 4 innings and poor at-bats from the Sun Devil hitters had all of Brazil Field at GCU Park thinking the Sun Devil crosstown rival was in line to pull off the upset.
Positive side of it is that you're never out of a game, and these guys, they know better than to cash it in. They're going to keep battling and keep fighting no matter what, and good things happen when you string together good at-bats.
ASU's record improves to 24-9 overall, and with a much more difficult back half of conference play, scares like last night can't happen if the Sun Devils want to make a deep postseason run. In Phoenix, Matt Venezia, Cronkite News.
The Suns' 2023 playoff run will soon be underway, and game times for the first 4 games of the series were just announced. Games 1 and 2 against the Clippers at Footprint Center will tip off at 5 and 7 p.m. respectively. Tickets for the first 2 games at Footprint Center went on sale earlier this week. The Suns and Clippers enter the playoffs as the 4th and 5th seeds. The 2 teams split their season series 2-2 during the regular season. It will be the second playoff series between the 2 squads in the past 3 seasons. In 2021, the Suns defeated the Clippers in 6 games during the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, definitely excited. It's a great part of the year. Every basketball fan in the world is going to be tuned in, so just excited. Feel free just from all the stuff you worked on all year. You prepared for this time, so just go out there and play.
In college football, spring practices serve as a vehicle to showcase new talent that teams bring in. For the Sun Devils, one of those standouts is wide receiver Xavier Guillory. I had the chance to catch up with Guillory and the team ahead of this weekend's spring game. Check it out. The transfer portal has the power to grant players another opportunity to compete at the highest level, one being Idaho State transfer Xavier Guillory. He always dreamed about playing at a Power 5 school, and now that he earned a spot, there is no looking back.
I love the transition, competing against these athletes. I always knew I could play here. I never really got the opportunity out of high school, but I kind of tried to prove myself. And now I'm here. I'm trying to. I got a big chip on my shoulder and trying to show the world that I can play some ball.
Guillory hasn't even played his first game in the maroon and gold, yet he has already turned heads as one of the biggest standouts in spring ball. Head coach Kenny Dillingham has been extremely impressed with not only his fundamentals, but his work ethic.
He's fast, he works, and he works, and he works, and he works, and then he works some more. That's what I like about him. He's athletic, he's talented, but that dude was up here the other night. I'm leaving the office, and he's up here because he wants to catch jugs on his own, and that's what separates people.
Guillory's drive and motivation stems from the struggles he has gone through in his life, especially with the passing of his father.
It means a lot for me to be here just because growing up, that's me and him always envision ourselves being at this level. And he trained with me since I was young, and so it means a lot just to not have him here, just extra motivation to really just do the best I can and make him proud. I know I made him proud.
Most transfers walk onto their new field, look around, and don't see any familiar faces. Well, that wasn't the case for Xavier Guillory. When he looks to the sidelines, he sees his former Idaho State head coach, Charlie Regal, and that relationship has developed over the years and goes far beyond just the game of football.
He and I share that same bond of losing our fathers at a very young age, similar ages, and so I can relate to that. But I've just seen so much growth that I think that's really the maturity, understanding what his role is, why he's here at Arizona State and his goals.
Guillory looks to continue to take advantage of this huge opportunity and make his father proud by living out their dreams. As ASU spring ball wraps up, the Arizona Cardinals are getting started with the team's off-season program. Yesterday marked the first day of strength and conditioning for the Cardinals, and stars like James Conner and Marquise Brown were all present. However, star receiver DeAndre Hopkins was not in Tempe yesterday. Rumors have circulated about a potential Hopkins trade looming this offseason, and the star wideout posted on his social media that he was in Houston for his own workout. This is not all that uncommon, though, for a veteran player, but the absence only magnifies the uncertainty surrounding his future in Arizona. Well, that's it for the Cronkite Sports Report. Let's send it back to the desk.